It's like he read his opponent's mind.
He's not going to get caught with that one.
He countered that one perfectly. Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're looking pretty fit, though, I must say.
Ric Flair's a 16-time world champion, JR. 16 times. There's not a WWE superstar in history who's done that.
Yeah, he's been watching this match from the start, and now it's his turn to join in. I don't even know if you can use the word monster to describe Kane anymore. He's become so twisted and so evil that it almost sounds like a compliment.
Kane's never going to be up for the Humanitarian of the Year award, JR. But I think that's exactly what makes him such a great superstar. He'll stop at nothing to get what he wants, and that makes for some great competition.
That might be true, King, but Kane also takes a perverse pleasure in inflicting as much pain as possible on anyone who steps in the ring with him. How can having a superstar who tries to end the careers of his opponents be anything but bad for the business?
Simple, JR. Kane is natural selection in action. He weeds out the weaklings on the roster so that only the strongest another superstar joining in, the more the merrier, I say. These fans can't stand it when he does this, JR, but I think it's great.
He's sure not going to win over any fans with that move, but I don't think that bothers him too much, quite frankly.
He saw that one coming.
I can't think of a superstar who's overcome the odds in a more dramatic way than Eddie Guerrero. Talk about earning your spot.
I couldn't agree more, JR. Eddie's what you call a real inspiration. No matter how bad things...
Did you see that? Ring the damn bell. You can't let somebody get away with that.
I don't think the ref saw it, JR. And if the ref doesn't see it, it's not illegal. Wow! Listen to these fans, JR.
You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all the people some of the time, but there's no fooling the WWE fans at all.
Time for another superstar to join the match. How can Shawn Michaels keep calling himself the Heartbreak Kid? Does he really think he's still breaking hearts at his age?
King, I'm sorely tempted to say something about the pot and the kettle, but instead, I'll say that I think Shawn Michaels is like a fine wine. He's only improved with age.
What a counter! I know that Tazz is supposed to be an ECW legend. I won't dispute that. But do you really want to go around calling yourself a garbage wrestling legend?
I think the human suplex machine is extremely proud of his accomplishments, King. As well he should be. And I'm sure you take exception to you referring to ECW as garbage wrestling.
Well, if Tazz and the ECW... Here he comes, JR! He can't wait to get involved in this one.
He countered that and made it look easy. Well, you can't ever accuse the WWE fans of being shy about saying what's on their minds.
You sure can, JR. And I don't think we'd have it any other way.
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? You got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really? Well then, why don't you just enlighten the rest of us, King?
No way. I can already tell this is going to be a great match, and I don't want to ruin the ending for you.
You're too kind, King. You're also full of horse manure, as far as I can tell. A reversal. Can he capitalize on it? There's absolutely no question in my mind that Ric Flair is one of the true legends of this business. I just think it's a shame that many of his accomplishments are based on cheating, deception, and underhanded tactics.
Haven't you ever heard the expression, the ends justify the means, JR? Ric Flair's held a world championship more times than any other superstar ever. You're telling me that that's not worth a little dirty dealing?
It's more like a little dirty dealing, King. There's a reason Flair's called the dirtiest player in the game.
Oh, come on, JR. That's just an expression. The only people who take that seriously are the ones who don't want to give the Nature Boy the credit he's earned.
He went straight for the pin. No eyes on him. There's the kick out. I thought that was it for sure. I can't believe what I'm seeing. He used his opponent's own finishing move.
That submission is locked in, JR, and this is a tough hold to break.
It sure is, King. And even if you break the hold, it takes its toll on you.
He's really cranking up the pressure on that hold, JR.
He sure is. There's no doubt he's looking for the submission right here. He's got his opponent locked in a submission hold.
He's going for the cover, JR.
Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King.
Who cares about them, JR? Look what's going on in the ring.
And there he goes. The submission is locked in.
Oh my gosh! He might make his opponent tap right here.
This is a classic matchup, King. I'm so glad the WWE fans are getting the chance to see it. He's going up. This could backfire. The very sight of Kane makes my blood run cold. What an inhuman monster he is.
You say monster like it's a bad thing, JR. But everyone loves a monster, whether they want to admit it or not. Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman never go out of style.
Well, there's a big difference between seeing a monster in a movie and knowing that a real-life monster like Kane is walking the earth, King.
So, JR, are you enjoying the match so far?
Yes, I am. I think he's climbing up. I'm not so sure this is a good idea.
It looks like he might be going for the submission here, JR.
He sure is. He's got the lasso from El Paso locked in.
Oh, man. I've been in this hole before, JR. This brings back some bad memories.
I can understand why, King. I can't even imagine the pain being inflicted here.
Listen to the crowd, JR. I think they've got something to say to these superstars.
And if they're smart, they'll listen. Remember, without these fans, these superstars are out of a job.
These superstars sure aren't going easy on each other here tonight.
What do you expect, King? This isn't ballet, you know.
Oh, really, JR? Gosh, tell me more about your in-ring experience.
Well, I've got a pinfall.
I don't care how tough you are, JR. No one can take this kind of pain for long.
You're absolutely right, King. We've seen many superstars tap out to this very hole.
He turned the tables on his opponent with that one.
This capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar. Look at this.
Wow, could you be any more biased, JR? How about some fair and balanced commentary? Oh, no, I don't like the looks of this.
He's got the fans behind him, King, and his opponent had better watch out. I think this crowd has decided to exercise the right of excellent counter. What ring presence.
I love the fact that these fans always cheer so loudly for Eddie Guerrero, a superstar who doesn't even try to hide the fact that he wins his match.
Oh, my God! That's his opponent's finisher. He just stole it. Oh, my, he's bleeding. That's an unfortunate. He's got his opponent in a pinning predicament.
I can't believe he countered that one. I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
He's got that submission hold locked in.
He sure does, JR. He might make his opponent tap out.
This is a risky move. It could prove to be disastrous. The future Hall of Famer has overcome so much adversity in his career. But the heartbreak kid's got more heart than anyone I've ever seen in this business.
You know, JR, HBK might be a living legend and all, but I wish he'd just keep...
The submission has been expertly applied, and now it's just a matter of time.
That's right, JR. You've either got to break the hold or get broken by it.
Boy, when you look at these super... My God! A choke slam all the way from hell! We could be looking at a pinfall here, folks.
His opponent telegraphed that one. This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
And you've got to admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
It sure does. What a submission hold! Could this be a tap out?
It isn't. The hold can't be broken. You can't take this kind of pain for long.
And it's been reversed. I don't know how much more these superstars have in their tank, King. I think that
flat on your back with your shoulders on the mat is no place to be.
Tazz is a true ECW legend, and you can never take someone with his experience and toughness lightly.
Well, you know, JR, half of winning a match is being able to outsmart your opponent. And I think that puts Tazz behind the 8 ball from the get-go.
Boy, I'd like to hear you say that a little louder so that Tazz could hear it, King. I don't think he'd take that very kindly.
Well, I'd be more than happy to settle things with Tazz in the ring. But it'll have to be a WWE ring, not some rundown bingo hall. Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths were going to cross sooner or later, but I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What the heck is a government mule anyway?
It's what you get beat like when you're in the middle of a slobber knocker. And if you don't have the guts to stick around, you might run like a scalded dog with a case of the limber tape.
All right, enough! I'm getting a translator before I have to come out here with you again. I'd ask you who you want to win this matchup, JR, but it's been pretty obvious since the start of the show who you're pulling for.
I'm trying to remain as objective as I can, Kane. Quite frankly, I'd rather see a good competitive matchup than see a particular superstar win or lose this thing.
Oh, come on. Everyone knows you play favorites. You're always trying to kiss up to the fans by talking up whoever they're cheering for.
I've never been a kiss up in my life, King, which is more than I can say for some people. I call them like I see them, and I'm flattered that the WWE fans agree with me as often as they do.
I don't know how much more of this I can stand to listen to, JR. You know what the difference between you and I-95 is? You can...
It looks like he's fixing to end this one.
Oh, man! What a choke slam! That'll do it, JR! He's a 3 count away from a pinfall!